It started small, a loud thud, one Tuesday morning. I walked outside and saw my mailbox lying flat on the ground, post snapped clean in half. Tire marks ran right through the snowbank beside the curb. I thought it was an accident. The next day, it happened again. Same tracks, same direction. And this time, I saw the car, a bright red sedan driven by the Karen sisters, two identical twins who lived 3 houses down. They were famous in our neighborhood for being loud, dramatic, and always right. I waved them down and said, "Hey, I think you hit my mailbox." One of them laughed and said, "You shouldn't put it so close to the road." I told her. "It's exactly where the city installed it." She shrugged. "Then maybe the city should move it." That night I replaced the post, hammered it back into the ground, and hoped it was over. But 2 mornings later I woke up to find the new one flattened again. Tire marks deeper this time. Almost deliberate. I wasn't angry yet. I was curious. I installed a small motion camera in my window facing the street. The next evening, around midnight, I caught them on video. They slowed down, laughed, and one yelled, "Bullseye!" as they clipped the mailbox again. That was it. I wasn't buying another $40 mailbox just for their entertainment. So I decided to build something they wouldn't expect. I went to the hardware store and bought an 8-inch steel pipe, bag of concrete, and a shiny new metal mailbox. I dug a deep hole, filled it with concrete, slid the pipe in, and welded a thick steel plate inside the mailbox to give it weight. It looked completely normal, simple, clean, same color, same height. But underneath, it was indestructible. 2 days later, I waited. It didn't take long. Around 11 p.m., I heard that familiar engine noise, then the sound of tires spinning. A loud bang echoed through the street. When I came out, their red sedan was parked sideways across the curb, hood crumpled, steam rising. The mailbox stood perfectly upright, not even a dent. They tried to blame me, of course. The sisters called the police and claimed I'd built a trap. The officer looked at the mailbox, then at my camera footage and said, "Ma'am, you hit a fixed object on private property repeatedly." He gave them a citation for reckless driving. Their insurance company refused to cover the damage, citing intentional negligence. Repair estimate, over $4,200 for a week. They glared at me every time they drove by in a borrowed car. Then one of them sent me a letter through the HOA demanding I remove the hazardous mailbox. I sent them a copy of the city's mailbox code and a photo of the installation with measurements. I also attached the police report. Never heard from them again. Now, every time mail is delivered, the carrier taps the side of the mailbox and laughs. He calls it Fort Mailbox. The best part? Every winter, I decorate it with a small bow and a sign that says, "Caution, Mailbox bites back." And since then, not a single car has touched it or dared to try.